Good day, cadets! In this video, we will discuss the impact of oil spill in marine environment. But before we start, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Engine Cadet Agustin.
I'm Villarreal Luis B.
I'm Engine Cadet Okin Benedito Jr.
I'm Engine Cadet de la Cruz Lindui.
I'm Engine Cadet Mendoza Kurt.
We are the Group 1. Powerpuff Boys! Let's go!
Oil slick formation. Oil spread rapidly over the sea surface, creating a slick that reduces sunlight penetration, affecting photosynthetic organisms like phytoplankton and seagrass. Oxygen depletion. Oil absorbs and traps oxygen at the surface, disrupting marine life that depends on oxygen exchange. Persistent pollution. Heavy crude oil can sink and mix with sediment, remaining in the environment for decades. Oil spill cause widespread and long-lasting damage to marine environment. The oil forms a surface that is slick, blocking sunlight needed by the photosynthetic organisms like phytoplankton and seagrass to produce their own food. This slick also depletes oxygen in the water and suffocating marine life. The heavier oil sink contaminating sediments and creating persistent pollution that harms bottom-dwelling creatures and disrupt the ecosystem for decades to come.
Impact on marine life. Fish and shellfish. Oil damage fish gills, leading to suffocation. Larvae and juvenile fish are particularly vulnerable, causing long-term population declines. Fish and shellfish. Gill damage. Oil directly harm fish gills, their primary respiratory organs. The oil clogs the delicate gill filaments, interfering with oxygen uptake. This leads to suffocation and death, particularly affecting smaller fish with less developed respiratory systems. Larvae and juvenile vulnerability. Fish are especially susceptible to all toxic effects. Their smaller sizes and underdeveloped immune system make them more vulnerable to the harmful chemicals in oil. Oil exposure during this critical life stage can significantly reduce their survival rates, leading to long-term population declines and impacting the overall health of fish population. Marine mammals. Oil coats the fur of sea otters and seals, destroying insulation and causing hypothermia. Dolphins and whales can inhale toxic fumes, leading to respiratory failure. Insultation loss. Oil coats the fur of marine mammals like sea otter and seals, destroying its natural waterproofing and insulation properties. This makes them vulnerable to hypothermia as they lose body heat rapidly in cold water. The resulting hypothermia can lead to death, especially in young or already weakened animals. Seabirds. Oil clogs feeders preventing waterproofing and flight, leading to drowning or starvation. The deep water horizon spill 2003 killed 100,000 seabirds. Feeder damage. Oil coats the feeders of seabirds, destroying their natural waterproofing. This prevents them from regulating their body temperature, leading to hypothermia and death. The inability to fly due to oil-soaked feeders also makes them vulnerable to predation and starvation. Coral reefs. Oil toxins cause coral bleaching, reducing reproductive success and harming reef ecosystems. Coral bleaching. Oil toxins cause coral bleaching, a process where coral expel the symbolic algae, living with their tissues. These algae are essential for coral survival, providing them nutrients and energy. Bleaching weakens corals, making them more vulnerable to disease and death. Reduce reproduction. Oil pollution can reduce coral reproduction rates. The toxins can damage coral reproductive cells, reducing the number of larvae produced and hindering the ability of reefs to recover from damage.
Economic consequence. Fisheries and aquatic culture contaminated water lead to fish feeds, reducing seafood supply and harming livelihoods. The characteristic of oil spill, the circumstance of the incident, and the type of fishing activity or business affected the physical environmental characteristic of marine environment and costs also play a role in determining the range of extent of economic impacts. Similarity to extent to which market confident in the quality of seafood from the affected area is lost is also major factor. Tourism decline. Polluted beaches and dead marine life discourage tourism, affecting local economies. To better understand the relation between coastal tourism, economic and marine debris, the Marine Debris Program funded a study to look at how the amount of marine debris on beach can affect the behaviors of beachgoers, and as a result, the economies of coastal communities that depend on tourism. Twin costs. Government and industries spend billions on spills response and restoration efforts. According to the Government of British Columbia, limits of liability rules in Canada protect the spiller from spending more than approximately 1.3 billion to clean up oil spill. In this case, cost of clearing beaches of oily waste, disposing of oily waste, rehabilitating oil wetland and coastlines. And salvaging wreckage would likely fall to provincial and federal governments, local businesses, and residents.
Human health risk toxic exposure. Petroleum hydrocarbons cause skin irritation, respiratory issues, and long-term cancer. Risk for cleanup workers and coastal communities. Toxic exposure to petroleum hydrocarbons can cause skin irritation, respiratory problems, and increase the risk of cancers, particularly for those involved in cleanup efforts and nearby communities. Food contamination. All composed like polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons or the PAH accumulate seafoods, making them unsafe for consumption. Food contamination is another concern as oil compounds like PAH accumulate in seafood, rendering it unsafe for consumption.
On February 28, 2023, the MT Princess Impress, a Philippine-registered oil tanker, sank off the coast of Nauyan, Oriental Mindoro, releasing approximately 800,000 liters of industrial fuel oil into the ocean. This oil spill became one of the worst environmental disasters in the country's history, affecting marine ecosystem, livelihoods, and public health. The incident raised serious concern about maritime safety regulation and highlight the importance of international conventions such as International Convention of the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, MARPOL. But before we proceed, let's watch first this video. The oil spill spread across the Verde Island Passage, one of the world's biodiverse marine regions. It contaminated coral reefs, seagrass beds, and mangroves, causing severe ecological damage. Many species of fish and marine life perished due to the toxic effect of the oil, leading to the economic hardship for thousands of fishermen who relied on these waters for their livelihood. Additionally, coastal communities suffered from health issues issues such as respiratory problems and skin irritation due to prolonged exposure to contaminated air and water. Beyond environmental consequences, the disaster had significant repercussions for the local tourism industry. Several beach resort and diving spas were forced to shut down temporarily, leading to financial losses for business owners and workers. The long-term effect of the spill are still being assessed, but the damage to both nature and human activity is undeniable. MARPOL, adopted by the International Maritime Organization in 1973 and modified through various amendments, is the primary international treaty aimed at preventing marine pollution from ships. The convention outlines strict regulation for oil transport, ship maintenance, and waste disposal to minimize the risk of spills and other pollution-related incidents. In the case of the MT Princess Express, several potential violations of MARPOL regulation were identified. Reports revealed that the vessel had operated without the necessary permits from the Maritime Industry Authority, the Marina, raising question about regulatory enforcement. Additionally, proper safety measures such as double hull construction for oil tankers, a requirement under MARPOL Annex 1, may not be fully adhered to, increasing risk of an oil spill in the event of an accident. The MT Princess disaster underscores the need for stricter implementation of MARPOL regulation and better enforcement of national maritime laws. Authorities must conduct more rigorous inspection for vessels transporting hazardous materials to ensure compliance with international standards. Additionally, ship operator must invest in better safety practices, such as proper vessel maintenance, crew training, and emergency response plan. The incident also highlights the importance of oil spill response preparedness. Government and maritime agencies should establish more effective response strategies, including early detection systems, rapid contaminant efforts, and community-based training programs to mitigate the effect of spills when they occur. So, that's the end of our discussion. Hope you learned something new, and that's all.
Thank you guys for watching!